All right, let's get focused. I can't play any music, but I can work my ass off today. So let's do that. What up, YouTube? I'm really not talking to people. I'm just working, if you didn't know. So just a heads up. Letting people see me peel back the camera a little bit and pull back the curtain, I should say. Let's see what we're doing here. All right, so we're doing this. We got to go get pictures of everybody. Let's get focused. Pull that up. Pull that up. UFC locks. Ash, don't be mad. Don't be bad. Don't be mad, girlfriend. Hey, what's making you mad? Create a copy. Put it at the end. What you mad about? Rename it. UFC 301. Done. What you mad about, girlfriend? Girlfriend. I know you were the best we ever had. Oh, 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 oh. Girlfriend. I tell you. Hey, I might get copyright reported just for singing, bro. Because I sound like the original songs. They might be like, yo, this guy. This guy doing a live performance right now. You never know. You never know. All right. This equals, what did this equal? This equaled C32. Oh, no. Escape, I'm sorry. What did this equal? This equaled the sum of those. Boom, boom, boom. This equals the sum of these plus this motherfucker right here, right? Yeah. Boom. This equals the sum of these plus this right here. Boom. That equals that. That equals that. The event is, ooh, this gets merged and centered. This gets copied and posted the whole way. Done. This is UFC 301. These all get thrown to the left. To the left, to the left. Everything you own in a box to the left. In the closets, yeah, that's my stuff. Yes, if I bought it, please don't touch. Can you walk and talk at the same time, man? Hey, yo, how many locks did I have? I got 3 locks right. That doesn't look right. Something's wrong. 3 locks. Missed 2. So 3 is 45, and yep, that's we missed 2, so we're missing 1. 45 and 14. And that 45 divided by 59. What up, y'all? 45 divided by 59 equals 76.27. All right, and then the lanes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was a lock as well. Yep. Went 3 on 2 unlocked, but the lanes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I went 3 and 3 on them. So that should have been. I should see 36 and 16. Ooh. Oh, what am I doing? 3. Ooh, yeah, that's right. 3. So we got 3 right. We got that. That's perfect. Value bets. We had 2 of them. We went 1-on-1. So it should be 20 5 and 28. All right, perfect. Perfecto. What that means is, what did you go on the card? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 6. That's correct. 3-0 on the prelims. Got it. All right, so it was just that part. 76.27. 76.27. My locks are 76.27, y'all. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty damn good in the hood. All right. Especially in the UFC. Now, let's go and see what's cracking. All of this is the prelim, early prelims, actual prelims, main card. Got it. So let's start with the very bottom. Nope, let's start at the top. Let's start at the top. Ooh, I don't know the odds. I gotta go check the sports book. Pull that up over here. Leave that there. Favorites, FanDuel, Sportsbook. Look at this, man. We got this shit. We got this shit on a system. Sweetie, when you get a chance, can you turn on that fan? Thank you, my love. Alexandre, Pantoja. These are minus 200. And the next mother flipper out there, Steve Ursig. Man, Steve Ursig is so good. He really is, but damn. We can't go there. We can't go there. Yo, girl. I didn't know you was over there. Were you taking a shower over there?
No.
You,
I'm not here.
oh. Did you just leave the room? Were you, when I called you right now, you were over there? Mm-hmm. I never saw you walk by. Hey, man, my house is too big if you'd be walking by and I don't notice. My house is too big. You'd be walking by and I don't notice. Jonathan Martinez, one of my favorites. Jose Aldo, plus 130. It's going to be a tough one. And then we've got Vitor Petrino. My goodness, he's expected to just crush Anthony Smith. And rightfully so. Anthony Smith is bad lately. But a 428, Anthony Smith at 420, that's just crazy. That's just crazy, bro. Miguel Pereira. Mikel Pereira versus Ihor Pateria. Michelle is minus 670. Whew. Plus 430. Whew. And then we got Gaio. Moralho against Paul Craig. The nerd, the dangerous nerd, the fighting nerds, if you will. All right, that's the main card. What be the prelims, cuz? That's the first fight of the night, prelims. What do we got? Jack Shore and Barista, is that how it goes? Yeah, and Brito. Jack Shore and Brito. Joe Anderson Brito. Joe Anderson Burrito. Joe Anderson Burrito. Joe Anderson Burrito. Jack Shore. Plus 136. Sorry there's no music on for you guys. Sorry I'm not interacting. I'm actually just working for the MVPs today. We got UFC 301 coming up. So if you want to see how I do what I do, then you're more than welcome to stick around and watch me work. But that's what I'll be doing. I'll be working. And when I work, I'm pretty quiet for a while, and then I'll record a video and you guys can see it. If you're not an MVP, you get it for free. If you are an MVP, then you can just come back later. But the non-MVPs, you can get all my content for free. So there you go. Or bow. The very first time that I saw your brown eyes, my lips said hello and I said hi. I knew right then and there you were the one. You know what? I can play some music in the background, but it's going to be something you guys don't like. But it helps me work. So I'll put that in the background. Give me a second here. There we go. It's this channel right here. It's called the Audio Library channel. They got videos for days. Let's just go with the latest ones, I guess. Let's just hit play on all this. How do I hit play all? No, that's not what I want to do. I want your playlist. I want your playlist. You got 152 top 50 free songs of 2020 in the Audio Library. Let's try that. Gives me something to do while I'm working. There we go, something soft and easy. That's what I used to do when I was studying for my college degree. Just put music on in the background and just be kicking it. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate you guys being here if you're hanging out with me. I'm trying something different today, just doing a live stream on YouTube, which I never do when I'm not talking to you guys while working. Your car close. And it's a lot of preparation before I make a video, and I wish people understood, like, you can't just sit down, hit record, and just start talking. Not if you want to know not if you want to be right. You know, I could just make a bunch of fucking click-worthy stuff, but it's not the same as when you're trying to be accurate, right? It's not the same. We got 3 more fights. I gotta fit in here. Look at this. Yeah. Name is Rico. Barbosa. Thank you guys for being here again. I appreciate all 13 of you. I couldn't do it without you. If I see anything I gotta do, I'll see it and catch it. And sometimes there's content that needs to be made while I'm making these videos. Something goes on in the world of sports, I need to stop what I'm doing go take care of that and then come back to this. That happens. It is what it is. There we go. There we go. There we go. It says 3 people watching me. 11 people watching me. I appreciate all 11 of you. Now let's go. We brothers from another mother. Don't shove her. FSU quarterback Tramiel Jones earns accolades. Okay. FSU quarterback. Okay. Ooh. Do. I don't know why some of these guys are getting fucking ESPN contracts. They don't even know sports, bro. Just, it's weird. Alessandro Costa versus Kevin Borjas. Images. Got to find a JPEG image to download. Happens often. I have to do this for every single fight. So 1 JPEG image per matchup. So that's what I'm doing now. So I have a graphic for the thumbnail and for the bottom right corner. So I go through every single matchup and go have to find a picture. So just found one, got to do that 14 different times. I don't have a graphics guy, so I just use other people's graphics. They're on the internet. I use other pictures. I use other matchups. It doesn't matter to me as long as it's in 4K. One guy even wrote to me one time. He's like, "Hey man, could you not use my graphics?" I'm like, "Bro, I did a Google search. Calm down. Don't get too excited. I'm not gonna pay you for it either. Just so we're clear, I ain't paying you for it." Ernesta Kake. I don't like some of the girl fights are the worst, bro. Girl fights be the worst. I feel like I'm doing some type of makeover video. My dog is right next to me asleep right now. We took her on a run this morning. She gets a little tuckered out in the afternoon. Babe, why are you getting all pretty for work? Man, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. What you think you wearing out of this house? Nah. Go get a habit. Y'all don't know, man. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. You gotta have fun. You gotta laugh a little bit. My girl be in the bathroom forever. You guys got women like that? Just live in the bathroom. We'd be like, "What the hell are you doing in the bathroom?" They just live in there. I'm like, what are you doing? It ain't that serious. Every time I go, every time I rap, every time I go, ain't that serious. Gene Silva. Who's gonna fight Weston Wilson? What was that? I've done that one before. William Gomes. When did he fight Weston Wilson? He wasn't good. Gene Silva's a favorite again? I'm not a Gene Silva at all. Not again, bro. You guys gonna make me choose between this dude again? I just don't see it. Fade me. I guess fade me. I guess fade me. What's good, Rico spreading positivity. Shout out to you, Corey Flores. Thank you for being here. Rico, you were Army, correct? Yes, I was an Army first sergeant. Yes. Rico playing hard with the chat. What do you mean playing hard with the chat? I'm just working right now. Don't think the YouTube is the priority at the moment. It is not the priority. I'm working for the MVPs on Patreon right now. Shout out to them. Currently working for the MVPs on Patreon. Got to get your monies in, right? If you make money off them, you got to do something. That's what I'm doing. Working for them all day today. No clicks needed. He's making videos for clicks. don't think so. I don't think that's what I'm doing. Because this will get no clicks. This will get no views. But this will ensure we have a successful Saturday. For those who want to be MVPs, you know Saturday, UFC 301. You can see me in here making my videos, making my content. Everybody else is what? What? Everybody else is jealous. Everybody else is jealous. Joe Anderson. Anderson Brito. Joe Anderson. Oh, I misspelled his name. Who the hell is Jack Shore, bro? Why don't I know Jack Shore? Like, I probably do once I look at all the videos and stuff, but I just, off the top of my head, Jack Shore's not coming to mind. He's a Wales guy. I know that. He's from Wales, but I don't remember much about him. So I'm drawing a blank. It'll come to me when I watch the fights, but bananas. Paul Craig and the nerd. These are two bad-looking dudes. Kyle Burrow Hall is a bad-looking dude. Hey. Yeah. Yo. There's no way Anthony Smith is beating Vitor Petrino. You better get back to that desk. What's good, Top? Hope all is well with you and yours, my man. Shout out to you, Jason Parkinson. All is well. The GOAT. What up, Java? Javada Baron? How do I say that? Javaden? Javada. Javada. Tomato. Who says tomato? Yes, I am the GOAT, and I'm doing great. Spent all morning running. The missus made me breakfast. Then I'm at work. I'll be working until probably midnight tonight, so I got to put in 12 hours. It's a Thursday, so it gets tough. I got to do a bunch of videos on the UFC on today, but that's okay. We'll keep an eye on the transfer portal, but we're gonna focus on this content for sure. All right. Currently have that one done. Anthony Smith is saved. We're on the next fight, which is Jonathan Martinez versus Jose Aldo. And pretty much know who I think is going to win this fight, but you guys know the deal. People are going to say things. You look great, babe. Why are you so pretty? What does your shirt say? Don't let idiots ruin your day. Don't let them do it, babe. You're out here with the rainbow. With the reading rainbow. Love everything about you, babe. I don't care what they say about you either. Cinco de Mayo is a holiday?
Sunday.
Apparently.
It's usually standing room only at Mexican restaurants.
Mexican restaurants?
Yeah.
They want to pay homage. Do they?
Maybe get their margarita.
Margarita. You get one for free?
No, but everybody's going for that. For their Corona.
Well, I just want you to know from the bottom of my heart, I love you. 1 hour ago, Stephen Kritz canceled his membership. Everybody else is saying it's the way to go.
They knew it was good for 'em.
Love you too.
All right.
That crap on your lips, bro. You look good, you smell good, you feel good, they pay good.
I hope so.
I hope so. Where you gonna be?
I like to stay between Publix and
You don't even know. You don't even know. I ain't messing with you.
I like to stay between those two. Go to Harlem. Or Ashland or over this way. I like going back to Augusta. Very nice.
You know how many people don't even realize that picture is not Coach Prime? I put a black and white picture of the Unabomber as the profile pic. Nobody said a word.
Really?
Yeah. It's the Unabomber. It's not even Coach
I
Prime.
knew that right away when I saw
As
it.
soon as you saw it, right? It's a picture of the Unabomber, not a person that said a word.
Alright, I love y'all.
We love you too, sweetie. Be safe, please. Hey, did you put your pistol on the counter?
It's on the dresser.
On the dresser in front of the TV?
Yeah.
Well, I just want to know.
Yep.
Can you grab mine for me, please?
Yep.
I don't like to be home. Oh, thank you, MMA. Kairos. It's not easy. It's a lot of work. I'm currently, getting ready for my card right now, 301. So I start with the early prelim. I already know who I want to pick for the fights, but I'll then do some research online and see what other people are saying. Very, very common for me to watch them and then just shake my head and be like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. Some people know more than others. But when it comes to college football, it's not a magic trick. I actually work really, really hard to learn all the rosters, all the teams. I do it for 12 hours a day. It's not easy. The hardest part is retaining it all and then delivering it in a coherent, rapid fashion that people want to watch. Right? At the end of the day, you got to do something that intrigues people to want to watch. Excuse me as I fix the camera. I'm actually moving you behind the monitor just a little bit. So I appreciate the kind words because it's not easy. But let me get to work and focus. First thing we do is go to ESPN and pull up the Fight Center so we get a picture of the two fighters that are about to fight. Very, very common that I start off with those two. And then, so we go to the MMA tab, we go to home, we go to the Fight Center. Because it shows the two fighters and their stats. And I want that in the picture. We start with the early prelim fight. We have Alessandro Costa versus Kevin Borjas. And then we pull up their full profiles in other tabs, which is what we're doing now, so I can discuss their fight career, the entire fight career. And we kind of study their opponents and what they've done in their career. Now, I already know the fighters, but it never hurts to sit down and go back and look. Split decision, beat Jimmy Flick. And sometimes you got to turn on the tape and go watch what happened. And just kind of get a feel for who they are. So Alessandro Costa, I know who he is. He was on the Contender Series. He won in a split decision, which was crazy because one of the judges gave him a 30-27, and then the other judge went 29-28 the other way. So it was nuts. I love the flyweight division, and it's a damn shame this pay-per-view isn't going to do numbers since most of the fans don't watch flyweight. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. My guys, obviously the MVPs watch it with me on the Discord server. So nobody wants to watch a 10 versus a champ is what it really comes down to. Steve Irsay getting a title shot after looking really good is probably uncalled for, being the 10th ranked fighter going up against the champ, though. That's the bigger issue here, is you do a regional card in Brazil, so you want a bunch of Brazilian fighters on the card and you want to showcase them, so you want them to win, and it's just not a good look, you know? It's not a good look when you go out and get a bunch of guys who shouldn't be next in line for the title shot. That's the bigger problem. It's not the weight class and people ignoring it. It's the matchups. You shouldn't do that. So let's see this first fight here. All right. Let's see what's up.
So look at that lazy leg kick, capitalized. Another guy returning to the commitment to one of these two. Set to go. I like finishes, but I absolutely smashed this and a little plus money on one of them. But tie them all together, we're getting 6-1 on our money. Get the round total out of the way, so we could bet. Fine, as always, we're out.
So if you guys don't know what I'm doing right now, I'm watching old fights to get good notes on each guy.
Acho que toda a minha vida, desde que eu comecei a ser lutador, o foco era estar no UFC. E quando começou o contender, eu falei, aí vai ser por aí. Acho que aí é uma boa. Meu nome é Alessandro Costa, tenho 26 anos e eu represento o Brasil agora e Lobo MMA.
Lobo MMA, okay. So training at Lobo MMA is important. You train in Mexico. We'll see what's up.
Criança aí parece caminho animal, né? Mas, pô, através do jiu-jitsu aí foi o que mudou a minha vida. Quando eu comecei a treinar jiu-jitsu, eu falei, não, velho, eu vou ser diferente. Pô, fui pro México com a ideia de só lutar, ficar 2 meses lá, conhecer o país, fui com os amigos, passou um mês, os meus amigos foram embora, sem amigos, pô, eu não sabia falar espanhol, uma das fases mais difíceis, né? E tava sozinho. Pra todos nós, né? Eu não sou sozinho. Agora eu sou com todas essas pessoas que me apoiam desde o começo. Significa, um contrato do UFC para mim significa algo muito grande. Eu não quero ser um lutador mais do UFC. Não, quero entrar para fazer história.
Tengo 12-0, tengo 6 finalizaciones y el resto es resultado técnico. Soy un peleador callejero, me ha traído mis puños, me ha traído hasta acá. Creo que lo que me va a hacer llegar a
From Ecuador, fighting out of Tijuana, his fighting champ in Mexico.
Yeah, what a special relation. I also spoke with this super tricky mission phone.
After that, he ropes on the ground, which is where I hope to see this fight take place at some point.
So he beat split decision against an undefeated fighter, Juan Andres Luna.
10-2, also living in Mexico. He left Brazil for Mexico at 19, no money, started MMA, turned pro in 2015. Yanni the Greek Corrales with us now for more from a betting standpoint on week 1 and why it's so unique in the Contender Series, Yanni.
Extremely comparable to week 1 of the NFL, and here's why. These betting lines have been up for a while, where throughout the season, they're up about 48, 24 hours before fight time. So bettors have had a lot of time, sharp bettors, wise guys, to form these lines into shape. And this fight's a perfect example, as Andres Luna opens a -200 favorite, but Costa is now -265. So a 40% increase in implied win probability on the
smaller, slick jiu-jitsu player, very short, stocky, and strong.
Yeah, he reminds me a lot of John Lineker when I first saw him fight. Very, like you say, stocky, strong, explosive. We'll see how these two match up on the ground.
All right, let's take a look at the 3-inch height substitute.
Seeing what he's going to come in. He's going to shoot takedowns. He's going to throw those big punches because when Costa starts throwing bombs, he must be aware of that. He's going to try to get behind the jab. Maybe he prefers one side over the other.
And if he's
The way that he's
Costa going to work on that lead leg.
Well, that's a smart move. Anytime you're facing somebody with that kind of reach advantage over you, that kind of size, chip away at those legs. Chances are, if they're that tall for the division, they're going to have smaller legs than you.
Yeah, in his last fight versus Kake Gonzalez, actually knocked his opponent down via calf kick. He's got a really, really strong one.
Nice feint there as well. Costa.
There's another leg kick that lands. You can hear that.
Yeah, probably broke all his toes on that one. That looked like it bounced right off the shin. It hurts so bad.
2 minutes in, misses the
Oh,
little lands to the body.
yeah, Lou's got some snappy kicks coming out here tonight. Which is smart. Fight at that range. Make your opponent try to have to take you down. He's so slick on the ground, he's probably welcoming you now, right? If you're somebody who's got great jiu-jitsu, off your back, on top, doesn't matter where it goes, use your kicks. They're powerful. Make your opponent take you down. Ooh, gotta watch out that right hand, though.
And you can see with Lund in his past fights, rarely checks those kicks. Paul and Laura, he just kind of eats them.
And that's going to potentially be a big problem against Costa, because as I said, those are a hallmark of what he does. And if you're dealing with a guy who's got this length and uses his jab well, as Luna does at times, that's a great way to kind of give him a flat tire, slow him down, and make it easier.
Primarily,
Kick so I lock. A second for
with him, leather's gonna go flying. This is really. Oh,
yeah,
well, we said before.
style attempt.
He kind of slipped from his head and say,
See, those are the opportunities I'd like,
Yeah, that's right.
because he's going to be on balance after the bump.
Exactly. And he's gonna try to get his spins. Late in round 3 usually mean frustration. I'm looking for my home run.
Critically power beat.
He's throwing down.
The prop, like the one I've seen, plus 550.
It was a very Zach
this one from Jim.
For decision. Judge Camijo scores about 30-27 Costa. Judge Bird scores about 29-28 Bird. Luna. And Judge Smith calls about 29-28 for your winner by split decision, Alessandro Costa.
5
that distance, more damage.
absolutely. One of the
6 wins in a row, and a win on the most important.
Whack. Whack, the dude was terrible, y'all. Rico, not sure if you ever pay attention to wrestling, but Camden County has won 10 straight 7A wrestling state titles in a row. Wow, I didn't know they had a wrestling team like that. Wow, it's really impressive. 10 in a row. No one else wants to wrestle, huh? Shout out to Camden County. Shout out to Savannah and them boys. Doing the damn thing. Doing the damn thing. Alessandro Costa, elbows. Knocked out Jimmy. Let's see how he did against Jimmy Flick. Jimmy Flick can't fight. Did we pick this fight? Vittoria versus Cannoneer? When was that? I might have picked this fight. Doesn't look familiar.
Your dance partner for your debut. But that being said, That's got to be a bit of a confidence booster, right? Even though you lost, things did not go your way. Like you said, you've been in there with the absolute elite and some of the top of your division. Those are your goals. Those are the guys you're aiming to get to. We don't normally start out. You don't start out fighting a top 5, top 10 guy. You got to work your way there. So for Costa now going back to a more realistic starting point, he's got the power, he's got good explosive energy in there, good takedown ability. I think for this one, sit back, look for those big counter shots, and try to knock him and click out.
Boy.
Jimmy Flick, great.
Who's got what? First round. Don't go. I think obviously the stand-up when you look at
Dave, back to your show.
corner. Mexico.
There's just time this year. Alessandro Costa ready for his second UFC appearance. He comes here now. Costa's in the white, Jimmy Flick is in the black. Heavy leg kick from Costa. Lead left leg.
So if those have landed the first 3 strikes of the fight, then that's going to be there for a while before we see Flick just very wide stance. So that's why that
Really excelled.
as it kept
Starting to
Going
get
to hurt him enough to take him off his feet. I don't think he's popping right now.
now he sees it. Now he's checked it. Now the corner taking.
That's starting to get compromised.
Yeah, it's compromised. Now he sees it. Now he's checked it. Now that he checked it, he's got the body shot.
And that would have hurt him enough to take him off his feet. I don't think one more
Do is dip to that side.
He wants to, I mean, he's giving away the defensive edge.
Now that every,
And he wasn't on that left leg at all.
is that just from the leg?
Minute 15 to go in the round.
So people at home probably, why doesn't he check the kick? Well, it's the stance.
Ooh.
And he doesn't have much on that left leg at all.
Is that just if there's a brawl? Yeah, he's got it down, right? I mean, he's got to make it as ugly.
Bars are so really compromised. I wonder how many, if any, more leg kicks he can take on that side.
We don't know what's going on. It's not just pain, it shuts the nerve off. Oh, it shuts off the nerve in the front.
Yeah, he's got.
You can't use it, so you have, we don't know what's going on. It's not just pain, it shuts the nerve off so you can't lift your foot up. And then it shuts the leg down.
I mean, Costa goes to the ground. This is the best chance you would have.
Yeah, it's his second score.
They're trying to make anything for Flick, although it looks like Costa's just going to try to get separation here. Play it smart, watch your legs. As you see Flick trying to roll on, they're trying to make anything happen here.
Oh my goodness, heavy elbows coming down for Alessandro Costa, who puts an exclamation.
He just,
And it's guard for
3 seconds. Round
Costa's
number
in
2.
shape. Costa's mean. He's in shape. Costa's mean and in shape.
They expect it to be on.
I like that. I like that. Costa's mean and in shape. And then he fought Ursig, and it wasn't happening. You know what, though? That fight against Ursig, how bad was it? Just got controlled the whole time, right? Takedown couldn't deal with it, and that's that. It's been one of those situations where he keeps fighting guys he's not supposed to fight. And his first fight, he got knocked out in round 3. Amir Albazi 17-1. You're not doing that to Amir Albazi. So I kind of have a good feel for what I like in Alessandro Costa. I really do. He dominated you. No, it's hard to tell, man. What about Borjas? This one's a fucking. The Inca fighters got it. Then he went in there and fought Victor Diaz. I gotta see that fight. And I gotta see the Porchaka's fight. Where is he at? Borjas wins by unanimous decision against Victor Diaz. What do they gotta say about this man? Let's see it. Hell yeah, Coach Wilder is an all-time great. Pretty sure they've won every state title since 7A was created. And now they're going back to 6A. It means they're the only ones to do it. That's incredible, Connor. That's pretty awesome. Rico knows nothing about shop sugar skulls. I know nothing about you, bro. You don't matter. Somebody lied to you and told you you're going to be somebody someday. You're not. You're just not. It's just the harsh reality of life.
Donde yo vivo, es peligroso, muy peligroso. Siempre hubo problemas así de pandilleros, de bandas.
Peruvian dudes.
Sentí que tenía dos opciones, ser igual que ellos o ser diferente. Entonces, bueno, tomé este camino, ¿no? Que si esas pocas personas lo quieren. Tengo que conquistar a todo y no me importa quién me tenga al frente, yo voy a salir. Conversé de varios meses y se va a reflejar ese día. Yo me visualizo ahí y sé que se va a querer como se va a lucir. Voy a noquearlo.
I'm go for finish the fight. All time hunter. TKO, KO, Subinaka, go for it. I'm training this thing.
Training at 15 against his parents' wishes. First fight against an older, heavier opponent. He won, and he was hooked. He comes in as the Invicta FC, Inca FC flyweight champ, and he impressed McMahon quite some time ago.
Kevin Borjas is another flyweight that tends to give zero to his opponent. Extremely aggressive, loves to throw absolute bombs when it counts. Kevin is 8-1 with all of those wins coming away with knockout. He's never gone the distance with his sole loss by submission.
I mean, I think Nick really nailed it on the head there. When you watch this guy fight, his disregard for his own personal safety is evident. I mean, he wants all action, all talk like that.
He wants you to come in, close that distance.
5 gold from Rio de
In the club.
To set up that.
Gone as we Kevin Borjas. Our referee, Haas in the blue. He is working on those legs early.
You train at ATT, you're going to get really good at calculating.
You train with the likes of Franca, having him as a coach and a kickboxing coach, and Marlon Marais and Edson Barbosa. I don't know if you've seen those guys fight, but they're damn good at kicking legs.
Yeah, just hearing Pantoja talk about how skilled he is says a whole lot.
Yes, and
Gotta
he
watch
was
that right hand.
Yeah. Borjas does such a good job with that counter, right? Like you said, Paul, he has a sort of inviting style where he'll pull you in, rips the body there.
Bro, he's crazy.
Borjas
Oh, wow.
here early.
This one's really scary.
And like you said on the walk, Paul, Diaz is, he's looking for his spots. If he really wants to get this fight to the fence, that's where he gets his best takedowns. But being able to pressure a guy who is as aggressive as Borjas is hard to do.
Just missing that big overhand right to Diaz.
Yeah, he wound up on that one.
Man.
Ooh, I like that uppercut attack there. But this is nice. This is nice for Diaz. This is just like you said, Laurie. Once you get on the fence, this way, look, already lacing those legs, and he's methodically and slowly going to drag you down. He's not going to rush it. He's going to allow Borjas to really use a lot of energy to try to work his way back up.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Diaz. The right arm that he
cut. Yeah, nice shot, but he was able to get back up because he got that, and he's getting tied.
Paul,
Yeah, he was able to kind of force himself into that.
Borjas
Great, he use a warning.
Usually he's not going to be
Other side.
for the right.
talked about.
Only 10 seconds left. But round 2, if he gets that position, he now knows that he's dominant on the ground.
Lands some hammer fist. 5 seconds to go here in the first round. gets a warning for shots to the back of the head. Okay, he got you out of it, and he got
But here's the takedown from that position as well, which is going to open up the submission opportunities for Diaz.
All right, here we go, round two.
Cam, just 3 people watching. Guess I'm gonna hit the portal 2. The buzz got buzz. Aaron Bourne. I don't worry who watches me, bro. I'm working. Who watches you while you work? It's not a podcast.
With this pressure where Diaz doesn't level change and find his hips.
I really like the jab.
I'm working my ass off over here.
Make Diaz have to rush it. Take the easy.
He's such a banger, bro. I would not bet against this guy. Bro. Flyweight needs to be scrapped? Damn. Not enough new fighters, not enough different fighters. We gotta find them little guys, man.
How much bargain detergent does it take to clean his time?
Series back in August of this year. Instead, it was his third opponent, Victor Diaz, and he was a plus 300 underdog that night here on the UFC contract, and Joey breaks it in tonight against.
There's so much pressure, it's such an intense expression. Being the flyweight division, you have to be on point, and this young man shows a lot of promise.
Every time I meet a young wrestler that says he wants to fight, he weighs 125, let's say, you have to be 10 times better than the heavier guys.
Yeah.
Because everybody at 125 is just so talented. And that is the case with Morehouse. This guy is on a 4-fight win streak. I mean, he got it too. But they say he has a 13-3 amateur record, and you can tell in his contender series opponent, the way that he always stayed balanced, the way that he was digging to the body, the way that he was just so composed under such tough circumstances, trying to earn a contract was really
Those in the blood. His
No, I was.
the mixed martial arts. D5, both men, 5'5" tall. No issue.
this fighter's professional record. Oh, Kevin Elgado never on the night out of Houston, Texas. Mike Beltran.
This Joshua Van is just so collective.
Just a.
All right, here we go. Joshua Van is wearing the black. Kevin Borjas making his UFC debut in red, trying to get that jab established early.
Beautiful low kick by Van right away. He avoided Borjas' initial exchange. Patience.
Nice jab in the body there by by Joshua Van, for whom Daniel Pineda, UFC veteran, has been a huge influence. He says Pineda really pushes him to his limit.
He said, I want to focus on big, small, little things. One of those things was not putting
Something on play. That is
very uneven looks fight.
tough. About to something in Peru.
So Vance landed 3 of those brutal captains with Agent Barbosa. Barbosa to the beauty with the right hand right behind him. Oh! Very nice.
Huge connection.
Barbosa to the beauty right hand. That 1-2 was so hard.
Return fire, so Joshua Van has kept his wits about him.
Bro. You want me not to pick Borjas, bro? Oh my goodness. You want me to pick against Borjas? I can't do it, man. Whew, Borjas is so nice. If you're an MVP, you'll get the answer. If you're not an MVP, you have to watch me make the content. Sorry, be patient. There's a fight on right now. I'm doing research for fights, and then I'm going to make my videos for the fights for the MVPs. So you'll get to see me make my predictions in real time if you're here watching the live stream. I'll be live streaming while I work all day, but I have such a hard time picking against Borjas, man. I really do. He's the guy you want to root for. I don't know how else to say it. And I know they're gonna be like, he hasn't done enough. He's a sacrificial lamb for this guy. Frick it, man. We're gonna go out like a champ. We're on Borjas, y'all. We're on Borjas. All right, so here's what you do. You got to make a video for the MVP. So you go in here, boom, 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 boom. And you go in here, you do this, and then we get to ready to talk. And then the next thing you do before you make your video, because I already have my opinion made up, I already have my video. The next thing I do is I go look online to see if there's any other predictions that can sway me, like make me change my mind. So I'll go look at a couple of people I respect online, and I'll see what they have to say about the fights. And if they say anything that contradicts what I'm thinking, then we can go that way.
He was definitely tired, but he was still swinging back. You saw the heart that this guy brings. And even if he does get taken down, he knows, I got to get back to my feet. He's not going to stay there. He's going to work. I compared my video. David Ronaldo last week. David Ronaldo was going to be the better striker against somebody that was supposed to take him down. Was getting taken down. Was able to work to his position. Let's see the same thing happening again. He might get taken down, but he's back to his feet. He separates. He held the feet. He just has such a major advantage in my mind. So I'm going Kevin or JS here, and I think he can knock out.
Yeah, literally, I'm not going to disagree with anything you said. My only, the wrestling is the concern. We watched it get exploited a little bit in the last fight after some striking success, and Roy got taken out.
Yeah, but he got steamrolled in his contender series fight with the wrestling. And still, by the way, winning that fight because he knows I got to do stuff. The difference between if you watch Ross in the contender series fight, even in the striking, and then you watch the Joshua Van fight, it looks like two completely different fighters. More confident, look faster, even had better wrestling defense, get back to his feet. He really struggled in the contender series. So if he's making those moves that fast, I think he's going to show out.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I'm not betting on this fight. And we see here that Costa is a slight favorite. It's starting to move. In my mind, what basically probably happened is it's an even fight and they're leaning towards the local guy. I mentioned this in my quick picks, I'm going to mention it again. Brazil is not Canada, meaning Canadians on a local Canadians, I don't know why I said that. Canadians on a local Canada card, the fans will get behind them. They will be in that arena hurt. They will stay till the very last second of that lights being on the arena. They will cheer. They're loud. The Brazilian fans are exciting. They love the fights, all of that. They left during Glover's retirement speech. So I don't necessarily think fighting at home is going to give them that much of an advantage. So my mind is a 50-50 fight. I think people are leaning a little heavy on the local guys. You're going to list almost every single Brazilian on this card as a favorite. And that's not matchmaking. That's people favoring the local guys, doing a Brazil for parlay and things like that. It's not all matchmaking. Anyway, Jake and I are split on this fight. DraftKings has that basically even money. Are you going to spend $8,000 on Kevin B? Oh, yeah. There you go. Especially these finish. If you want to unlock all the picks, the best, the round 9 leads, the DraftKings plays, and more. We want picks.com. Click become a member.
Oh, they had cheered more.
See? Who donated the money thanking Jacob for calming down? Who was that? Okay. If I could do refunds, I would.
If you were bilingual, you would
Sure. I just burst out in town.
You know what's funny though? I actually train in Portuguese now. It's wild. Every single conversation. I'm just so invested into the Brazilian culture at this point. I just can't get away from it. I'm walking through.
All right, these knuckleheads are just talking crazy. We'll go to the next fight for them.
Next up.
We'll leave that. We'll go here. We go to the next guys. YouTube. And we'll look up the next predictions, I guess is what I call it. UFC 301 predictions. And see if anybody's flipping me, bro. Is anybody flipping my opinion? I don't think so.
People are shedding stuff.
Are they? Are they shedding? People are shedding. Ursager Pantoja, my guy, Pantoja KO. Is there a fight on right now? No. I can't see all the chat on the bottom of the screen because I'm working. I have you guys on the camera behind my monitors. Just a heads up.
This week's best MMA bets, we're talking UFC 301. I'm going to give you guys my lock of the week, my most, without further ado, the lock of the week. William Gomis to outwork and outstrike Gene Silver for 3 rounds. I got him to win a decision here as my underdog lock this week. I think Gomis' technical striking from the range is going to be a substantial factor. You're going to see Gene Silver trying to swing big shots and put that pressure on William Gomis. And I think getting frustrated by Gomis' ability to move and counter strike. Gomis is 6 foot tall, Gene Silver at 5'7". So you have a substantial range difference between these two fighters. And Gomis is not just a decent puncher, he has very nice kicks. Now, when I say decent puncher, I'm not talking about one-shot KO power. Gomis is more of a technical counter striker who has good hand speed. He lands clean punches for sure. Maybe not the heaviest thudding shots, but stinging strikes and very good movement are going to be a massive key to victory, staying away from the brawl with Gene Silver. Silver's mentality here is going to be backing Gomis towards the cage and trying to turn this into a bit of a phone booth fight. These most confident picks, unfortunately, this week are not money lineable per se. Now, one of them, arguably money lineable, that would be Mitzvah Orabai. I consider making Orabai the chalky locky this week and just going with the minus 250 for like a safer side play. He's a very high confidence pick, but something told me towards that Gomis side, and I felt it's dog time for UFC 301. And I look at the most confident picks with Ismael Bonfim, with Mitzvah Orabai, Caio Braijo, and Michel Pereira. I think all have great chances to win the fight, and I really am highly confident in all of these fighters getting done. If you were to parlay them all up together, I'll tell you right now, it would range from plus 120 to plus 130 for a mesh-up of all these guys. Now, looking at them individually, you really can't do much with anybody besides Mitzvah Orabai getting it done. Now, Bonfim to get it done via knockout, I will bring up the props and most likely methods of victory for all of them. Bonfim should dust Vince Michel. Looking at the odds, it's plus 175. I think there's a real chance that Bonfim is tapping that chin and putting Michel's lights out. I think it could be in the first or second round. He's still an exciting and explosive prospect, and you can't write him off because of a loss to Leon Santini, who proved to be pretty savage, even in his loss to Dustin Poirier. So I still have a lot of faith that Bonfim is going to emerge as a fun top 25, top block, the very close one. Well, link in the description. They're talking about it right here. I think he's got a very good chance to beat Alexander Pantoja, and I believe in my heart of hearts that he's going to be a world champion come Saturday. He's plus 165 as the underdog here, and I think he's got a great chance to pull it off. Sub is plus 400. You're reaching more for the sub as far as looking at the line, but I think you can catch Pantoja later in the fight and potentially lock up the club and sub. Could win a decision for sure too, but I think Steve Ursay getting it done plus 165. The night we'll bring him up on screen here and check him out. The first one I will bring up is Mauricio Luffy, who was close to being a confident pick, but I don't know, I just felt the need to keep him out. I got the knockout prop though, currently looking at minus 125. So not as juicy as I would have liked to see for a KO, and it's not necessarily super degen when it's minus 125. So we kind of got to dig into round propping. Luffy by second round knockout. If you try to mystic knockout, if you try to mystic. Other one here, Jose Aldo to get it done. No, rather not get it done. Plus 132 if he does, but Jonathan Martinez to play. Let's set something up here. Now I have everything in front of me. And first things first, I'm going to set it up with a near even money, high confidence parlay. Looking at it, we're going to put on our slate Michel Pereira, who's currently a massive favorite. You can see if you find a nice line for minus 599, but you're not going to get there everywhere you go. But I hope. And then also on the prelims, Mitzvah Orabai. This one right here sits at minus 110. I think there's a high probability of this minus 110 coming through. I'm going to call this the safer parlay of the week, and I do think that we're going to end up catching a W with that one. Now, if you want to go through an alternate route, maybe you're like, yo, I really don't like those calls. I'm going to do something a little bit different. But I still like where your head's at with Mitzvah Orabai. So I'm like, okay, no problem. If you still like Orabai getting done, who's a better value with the most confident picks, Luffy Orabai and Petrino, who could be called a high confidence pick for sure, plus 157. This is a good alternate. I don't know if I feel it's as safe, but still on the safer side of things for sure. Now I want to bring a kind of adapted version of. So I'm repping heavy on the Aussie this week, and I'm feeling very good about Steve Ursay. I'm feeling pretty damn good about
the UFC content today, all day sports today. That's all I'm making. I'm actually making the videos for the MVPs right now, so it's not like I'm talking to you guys or doing a conversation. I apologize. Not getting down on that. Don't know who's talking, bro. Mute this tab. Mute this tab. Don't know what tab is talking right now. There it was. That was ridiculous. All right, so it's time to hit record. We're gonna go with what we got and hope for the best. Mic check 212. Hey MVPs, Rico Knows here. Going to talk to you guys about UFC 301. It's on Saturday. This video is free. I'm putting it on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Patreon. It doesn't matter what it goes on. But I want everybody to see the pick. And then from then on, if you want to know who's going to win the rest of these fights, you got to be an MVP. I'm going to tell you guys the fight card is Saturday. If you want my commentary, my assistance on live bets, go to Patreon, become an MVP. We have over 3,500 members. Shout out to all the MVPs out there. Shout out to everybody who believes in me and trust what I say. Sometimes I say we make the picks or we said this. There is no we. It's just me, bro. I'm out here analyzing fights for a living, right? So shout out to the guys who win money every week. We hit on all our parlays last week. We did well on the card, missed some of the leans, but the locks are still batting something crazy. I'll pull up the chart here in a little bit. And we're doing really well. We dominated UFC 300. We did well at Fight Night last week, and here we are again for UFC 301. On the season, if I pull up the chart, you guys see it here. On the season, we are 76% on our locks. It's tough. Careful what you do. I'll put this in right now so you guys can see it while we talk. Kevin Borjas, and we'll talk about it, but he's an underdog. And I refuse to believe that. I just got to cheer for somebody that fights the way I would envision a grown man fighting. We're going to talk about that here for a second. So, in the first matchup, you see it. Alessandro Costa versus Kevin Borjas. Here's what I want to tell you guys. This entire card is a regional card. The card is in Brazil, so you're going to see Brazilian fighters in nearly every single matchup. I think it is. In every matchup, there's Brazilians. And when you look, the Brazilians are heavy favorites. This is money. This is people influencing the bet. And more importantly, there are probably a ton of people on a 100% Brazilian parlay. Okay? And I get it. You want to go out there, rep for your country, do your thing. Congratulations. Alessandro Costa, 13-4. This is at the 125 weight division. A lot of people have an issue with the flyweight division. There's not a lot of competition there. For example, Alessandro Costa just lost his last fight against Steve Ursay, who's in the main event. So how the hell are you in the early prelim if you were fighting somebody who's main event worthy? It's just such a drastic, pairing. But the reality is Alessandro Costa just keeps getting opponents he should not be fighting. They keep pairing him up in certain situations that he's not prepared for. If you look here, yes, when he got on the Contender Series back in 2022, July 26th against Juan Andres Luna, that was an undefeated fighter. And he beats him by split decision. It was a close fight, but he beats him. Knocks out Gomez, loses in his UFC debut to Amir Albazi. Albazi's 17-1. There's no shame in losing that fight. He probably shouldn't have been fighting a ranked fighter. Goes out, beats the heck out of Jimmy Flick, kicks his lead leg. Jimmy Flick can't stand anymore. Eventually gets the takedown. And what's really impressive is he finished the fight with elbows. And you ever see a guy in position, in a dominant body position, and you wish he would just do the damage, do the work? We're in the second round. You should still be fresh. Yeah, Alessandro Costa was fresh, and he did the damage real quick. About 3 or 4 elbows, and it was over. And then losing to Ursay. When he lost to Ursay, there was no doubt he lost. And a lot of it had to do with the fact that Ursay got a takedown and made it count. And once you get control time like that, there's really no way to recover. You've already lost the round. Now you got to try to win the next 2 rounds. And he didn't. So he lost by unanimous decision, 29-28 on every scorecard. What I'll say is he's fought 2 fighters he shouldn't have fought. And then he's fought 2 guys, Gomez doesn't count, but he's fought 2 other guys that are probably on his level. So now he's getting back to a pairing that, that is where his echelon is, like his level of fight. Some of the things he does really well. His lead kick, his kicking the lead leg is so real. The calf kick, it changes every dynamic in every fight. And I got news for you guys. Kevin Borjas doesn't check calf kicks. I watched him. He's getting kicked all day long, doesn't check a single one. Nope. He just responds back with some real firepower. Kevin Borjas, he actually doesn't have this hair. I don't know if he has the hair right now, but in his last fight against Joshua Van, he had a shaved head. He put Joshua Van down. Joshua Van's a good fighter. And he put him down with a 1-2. And when I tell you, this man throws the 1-2, he throws the 1-2. He does everything that we expected. If you look at last week's card, I was talking about a Peruvian fighter. And I told you guys, believe in him. James Yontop. He's Peruvian. He's going to use his cardio. He's going to strike. And he came out and he fought like a tortoise, right? He fought like somebody who didn't know how to scrap. He just real slow and doing this, and he got knocked silly. Bro, if you throw naked kicks at Kevin Borjas' lead leg, you're in trouble. Kevin Borjas does not play that stuff, man. You can't throw at his lead leg. You can't just throw it open. A naked kick means no punches in front of it. Remember, guys, I'm a big advocate for a jab, cross, hook. I'm a big advocate for many punch combos before your kick. If you throw a naked kick with no punches in front, you're going to catch something coming back at you, and it's not going to be pretty. Typically, I like you to throw a combo, and as your opponent's either circling or backing away, you finish your combo with the kick, and now you can catch them as they're moving out of range, right? And this is fighting, striking 101. And when I look at Kevin Borjas, he ain't playing that shit, bro. You don't get to kick me for free. I'm going to let him go. He throws with bad intentions. I love everything he does. Have you ever seen them in the octagon? And you've seen two guys, and they're in striking range. They're in a phone booth. And you say to yourself, man, why don't they just throw it? Why don't they just throw it? Like, just throw that combo, bro. Let me just see that jab cross. But the reason they don't throw it is because they're afraid that if they move their hands away from their jawline, they might get knocked out. They might hit the knockout button. And years of training and muscle memory has taught them that they need to protect themselves first and move intelligently and accordingly and maybe feint a little bit, change levels, fake a shot, and do all these other things. Nah, bro. Kevin Borjas has no fear of getting knocked out. He has no fear of getting struck in the face. It's problematic because you can catch him. But when I tell you the velocity of his punches are real, they really are. The only hole in his game is you can take him down, and there may be some wrestling there. But just like last card, we had a fight like this on the last card. I'm going to tell you, it was Onama, right? Everybody remember the main card? I told you about Onama. And I told you Onama's going to avoid this chain wrestling monster and going to beat him. And we were right. Onama did do it. That's exactly what you're going to see here from Costa and Borjas. That's exactly what you're going to see. I believe Borjas is going to stay away from this little dude and just going to piece him up. Stay away from him, piece him up. I really hope Borjas wins this fight. He's the underdog. It's a value bet. We are under 50% of value bets. Remember, I have to pick every single fight. You don't have to pick every single fight. You don't have to bet on every single fight. It's unfortunate that when I pick an underdog, sometimes it's based on estimated value. Sometimes it's based on disrespect, right? The line's too big. I feel like it's disrespect. You guys don't have to do that. You guys don't have to bet on every single fight. You can stay away from them. This is a coin flip. This is a coin flip, and I'm on the underdog side. So good luck. Remember, we're going to break down every single fight. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. Good luck, y'all. Peace. I don't like that video. I don't like that video. I'm actually going to have to re-record it because I accidentally clicked on a tab. You guys can't see it, but I accidentally clicked on a tab that showed my 2024 futures bets. And if somebody not an MVP were to see that, I can't have that. That was football. Yeah, I got to re-record that whole video. That's life. You make mistakes. That's life. Wow. That's crazy. I just had one misclick. We got to start over. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Thank you guys for watching here on YouTube, watching me work. But we can't make mistakes like that. Hey, YouTube, TikTok, whoever's watching, it doesn't matter. Shout out to all the MVPs. UFC 301 is on Saturday. This is a fight card in Brazil. You're going to see these green colors. It's in Brazil. UFC 301. It's a pay-per-view fight card. If you want to watch it with me, if you want my commentary, if you want my advice and live bets, become an MVP on the Patreon. Show up to the Discord server. We got you. If you show up to the Discord server without being an MVP, you won't have access to all the private chat rooms. You won't have access to all the picks, all the parlays. You won't have access to anything. You'll just be in there wondering, like, where is everybody? You won't even have access to the stage. Nonetheless, we pick fights. I say we, it's me. I pick fights, and we're doing pretty good, right? I'll tell you who's going to win the fights. I tell you how to bet it. But more importantly, we got to make the right decisions. We've been dominating lately. You guys see it. We dominated UFC 300. We hit really well. Yes, last fight card, fight night. We only went 7-6. People are going to tell you we missed. No, we hit every single parlay that mattered. We hit most of our locks. I want to say 3 out of the 4 locks. It's really important you understand that you don't have to bet every single fight. I tell you not to bet every single fight. Bet the ones that matter. Careful. Be an MVP, you'll know what to bet, and you'll win. We went on this 4-0 run here. Everybody was on these parlays. Shout out to the MVPs. That being said, we're on 301. Like I said, there's a Brazilian fighter in every single fight. There is a Brazilian fighter in every single fight, and I want you guys to be aware that because of that, there's a huge Brazilian parlay going around. Pick all the Brazilian fighters. and it has changed these odds immensely in favor of the Brazilians. Careful. It just means you can't bet some of these straight up for the money line because of the odds. Despite who you might think is winning, we might have to take an underdog here or there just out of sheer estimated value or EV. So just remember that, okay? But for the first fight, I always do the first fight free. I always do the main event free. So here's your free video. If you want to see all the rest of the picks, go to Patreon, become an MVP. We have over 3,500 members. Shout out to all the MVPs. You can be a monthly member or an annual member. Okay? You can do one or the other. It'll get you all the college football picks. It'll get you all the futures videos. It'll get you all the in-depth information. We do everything. Right? I don't just do MMA. Don't just do UFC. I do everything. But I'm not a salesman. I don't give a shit. I let the results speak for themselves. I let the fans tell one another what to do. And we've been doing just fine. Propagating across the internet without issue. So, first fight of the night. Alessandro Costa versus Kevin Borjas. I'll start off with Costa first. He's 13-4. He's been fighting the UFC for just a little bit here. Had his debut back in 2022. To be fair, he did not get a contract off that fight, or he did not go straight to the UFC. It wasn't that great. It was a split decision against an undefeated fighter. Yes, he throws great lead legs. He throws great kicks at the lead leg. He does certain things that you really like, but he's just not that dominant. He's a little ball of muscle. I get it. He trains in Mexico, Lobo Gym. Doesn't speak Spanish, he said. I think he does now. It's been 7 or 8 years. But when you saw him fight in that card, you thought, okay, he beat an undefeated fighter, but it wasn't a dominant win by any means. Then he gets his first shot in the UFC. I think it might have been on short notice, but he fights Amir Albazi. Has no business fighting Amir Albazi. That guy's 17-1 and took his lunch money. Beat the hell out of him. It wasn't ready. Goes and fights Jimmy Flick. Kicks the hell out of the lead leg. Dominates the whole fight. Ends up winning by elbows in the second round. It doesn't say that here, but I'm telling you, he wins by elbows in the second round. And I was just really impressed with his ability to finish the fight. Really important you finish the fight. Because there's a lot of guys who get in dominant body positions and you just wish they would do damage. He did damage. Now, it's Jimmy Flick. Let's not get carried away. Okay? And them fighting in the flyweight is a problem because there's not a lot of people to fight. Like, it's just not, it's the truth. If you see his last fight, it was Steve Versay. Why are they going against some of the best fighters, some of the worst fighters? You're telling me this guy just fought the guy in the main event for this card, and he's the first fight on the early prelim. That's the lack of depth at flyweight, right? Excuse me. So, when you see him fight Steve Versay, though, it wasn't a terrible fight. It was just he got taken down and controlled, and he couldn't get up from it. There is no threat for him to get controlled in this fight against Borjas whatsoever. And that's why the line is the way it is. That's why the line is the way it is. They have him as a heavy favorite. They have it, or not heavy favorite, minus 138. But you see it here. I have it in purple. For those of you who are new to the channel, purple means value bet. That means it's a value bet. I believe in the underdog. And when I believe in the underdog, sometimes I believe in the underdog because of it's the wrong odds. Because they're disrespecting somebody. So I'll say, hey, we have to take the underdog here. I don't really think they're going to win the fight, but just the estimated value is just off here. We're going to go with the underdog. So that's why we're below 50%. Trust me. There will be times I say, guys, he's not going to win the fight, but you got to take it just off the odds. Okay? You don't have to bet every single fight. Please don't. Your odds, your record should be way better than mine. I have to pick every single fight for the sake of the fans. But I don't tell you to bet every fight. You don't have to do all this. Never forget that, okay? Just like last card, we hit all our parlays. We hit the props that I told you to hit. We missed a ton of picks over here. I told you don't bet them. I'm going to go take somebody. I took Ronnie Yahya last fight card. I knew for a fact he wasn't winning, but it was plus 350. So I said, if you got 20 bucks, throw it there. But you can't parlay Victor Henry with anything. He's a bum. Stuff like that. So you guys just got to understand the way we get down and what we do. We did get robbed. I thought Figlac won the fight and we got robbed. Shout out to Austin Hubbard's boring ass. But other than that, I mean, we went on a run and we were pretty proud of what we did. Okay? Every fight card, you don't have to take all the bets. Some of them are just value bets. Look at Holly Holm. Rico, did you really think Holly Holm was beating Kayla Harrison? No. I just thought the plus 320 was too good to turn away. There's no way I can go parlay that 460 with a bunch of other things. We're not doing that. Did we hit all our parlays that mattered? Yes, they're in order of confidence and precedence. That's what you guys don't understand. So please understand how to bet on the UFC. I will pick stuff over here, but watch the video. I will tell you. You can't just blind tail the picks. That's not how you win here. Okay? You got to listen to the analysis. And part of the analysis is, hey, don't bet this shit. Part of the analysis is, hey, guys, don't bet this. So what I'm going to tell you is Kevin Borjas has a fighting chance, man. Let me explain something to you guys about Kevin Borjas. If you watch his fight against Joshua Van, you probably don't recognize him because he had a shaved head. But what Borjas does is show up to the fight, and unlike Jan Top from last week, who didn't do anything, Borjas brings it. Peruvian fighter, straight out of Peru, he just starts swinging them damn things. Now, he doesn't check the kicks to his lead leg. Doesn't. It's happened 2 fights in a row. Doesn't check the kicks to his lead leg. It's problematic. Okay, I'm telling you it's a problem because Alessandro Costa does kick your lead leg. The difference is if you try to kick this man's lead leg and it's a naked kick with no jabs, no cross, no punch, no combo, you're going to get rocked. He does not just stand there and let you kick his leg with a naked kick on the lead leg. He doesn't check it. But my goodness, does he throw it back with something. You can't do naked kicks with this man. And when I say naked kicks, I'm referring to the fact that you're kicking without punches in front of it, without feints in front of it, without something in front of it. You guys know me. I'm an advocate for combos in front of your kicks. Very, very true. So I'm an advocate for jab, cross, and then finish it with a kick. Jab, cross, hook, finish it with a kick. And this is because in my years of fighting, and I've been doing this for over 20 years, I'm telling you that when you throw your combos, typically your opponent will back out of range, and as they either back straight back or circle away from your dominant hand, the last thing you throw that will land is a kick as you extend your weapons, right? So I believe in kicking at the end of your combo. Kevin Borjas, if you try to kick him with a naked kick, you will get punched in the face. What I'm going to say is Borjas fights the way you wish other fighters fought. He fights with no regard for his own safety. He does not protect his jawline. He does not worry about what's coming back his way. He's going to throw them damn things. It's incredible. It's courageous. I love it. There's guys, oftentimes, they're within striking distance. They're within striking range, and they're just feinting the whole time and trying to scare one another into something because they're afraid of what's coming back at them. We call these guys counter strikers. They just sit there and wait to be something to throw, and then they throw back on the way back in. Not Kevin Borjas. Kevin Borjas, he's a man's man. He's gonna be first. He's gonna beat you to the punch, and he's gonna throw it, man. He put Joshua Van down. You see this loss by unanimous decision? He put Joshua Van down with a 1-2 that was not playing. Now, there is some wrestling in there. They did get him down. I think he's getting better at it. I think he's getting better at defensive wrestling, not letting you get the takedown. But my goodness, does this kid punch hard. I think he punches like a man. So I like it. I don't see any, until recently, I don't see any other fighters willing to bang with him, willing to exchange or go the distance until we got to the UFC. So it is a little scary. And I understand that Alessandro Costa is the favorite because of that, because he can grapple and take the fight down and drag it out and all this other stuff. But man, if I have to believe in an underdog on this card, somebody with some punching power, yeah, it's early on, man. It's right there. Kevin Borjas, as soon as the card starts, dude's going to show up, and you guys are going to be impressed with what he does. I promise. As long as that lead leg doesn't get crippled, he's going to be straight. So, careful. You don't have to bet it. I'm just letting you know the matchup. If you want to know the rest of the matchups and my breakdown on all the fights, become an MVP. I got you. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. Peace, y'all. There we go. There we go. Ah, there we go. Let's get that music turned back up. Yo, I'm out here bopping. Oh. Who you got? Fury or Yuski? What is that? G fan players? Is that a different sport? I don't know what that is. Is that boxing? Is that boxing, bro? Don't do me like that, bro. Don't come in here. Don't ask me about no boxing. Yeah! Hey. Everybody, yeah, yeah.
You're watching a toothbrush play Billie Eilish. There's a YouTube Music app where you can also listen to
Oh, we don't give a shit about that, bro.
At UFC 301, UFC Rio, UFC Rio 1, we have Ishmael Bonfim taking on Vincent from hell, Michelle. This is a good match. It's also a rescheduled match. This was supposed to happen at UFC Sao Paulo a few months back. Now it's happening here. We booked in, everything pretty much stays the same, the same. Not much has changed. This is an interesting fight because Ishmael Bonfim, as you remember, sort of just got broken half. So now the question is he a fraud or is he the real deal? I personally, I understand the young guys and the terms and fraud check. I personally would not call Ishmael Bonfim losing to Benoit Saint-Denis a fraud check. Would you? Now you can do the double thing. So that was a fraud. Benoit also a fraud. So you'd be like, all's a fraud, so also a fraud, so that makes it a double fraud. I don't like this. He's like, you're gonna lose fights. That is now his brother got a fraud check. The other Bonfim brother losing the only way he did, that was a fraud check. He's a fraud. And what's funny is the brother, Gabriel Bonfim, is supposed to be this is the wild one. This is the crazier one. But I would not call his last loss a fraud check. At the end of the day, Ishmael Bonfim is very good. He's a wild striker, he's got real power, he's running the grocery market, everything is with some power in it. He will fix his supply needs, occasional takedown. And when he slows down, he takes some time. He does have high level boxing experience. He's a high level jiu-jitsu guy. He can throw straight punches. He can be active. He can be powerful. He's a fighter. He's got some very solid takedown defense and good boxing. He's got all the skills. He just gets a little fast and loose, which is pretty good. He's taking on. He's taking on Vincent from hell, Michelle. It is a sweet name, but this guy is a little bit as fine. I mentioned it. I absolutely love that. I don't know why. Mine. I said my close. Anyway, Vince Michelle, he's up there in age, but he's decent. He has lots of movement. He makes the shots well. He's not very technical, but he kind of pretty well. He's got good offensive wrestling. He averages about 3 takedowns per fight. His defensive wrestling absolutely sucks. He has 23% defense. He's taken down 23 times in the UFC. All around, he's a tough, durable guy that will make a fight, a dog fight. He's not great at anything, but he will be there and he will try to win that fight. He's coming off that loss to Mark Madsen in about a year ago. I mentioned this is a reschedule. Retired for that. Correct. I mentioned this is a reschedule. That didn't help anything. And now Vince Michelle's a little bit only 41 years old. He's coming back after 18 months away. And he is durable. He is tough. He is a guy that can make a fight ugly. And as we saw with the other Bonfim brother, the other Bonfim brother dominated his fight, got fired, and then finished. Could that happen here? Sure. Will it happen here? I don't think so. I think Ishmael Bonfim comes forward, beats Vince Michelle, and what I'm actually hoping is Vince Michelle stays tough, and this is a longer fight. We just saw Kareem Silva fight a full 15 minutes, and that was great to see that. I hope we actually get to see that with Ishmael, so we can finally put aside the whole do they have cardio, do they not. Ishmael Bonfim should literally be better everywhere in this fight, so he is going to be picked. What do you think, Jacob?
Yeah, pretty much that's there. Vince Michelle is a major guy. There is a world. I wouldn't be surprised if at the degree for Vince Michelle that Ishmael is in this fight. But there definitely is a world where Vince survives, makes some good shots. Ishmael starts getting a little bit in that panic. Sometimes you get this situation where you're getting a little too aggressive and gas yourself down. Vince Michelle's top this guy, and that would be the greatest thing in the world. And I'm rooting because I think Ishmael is a better fighter. He should win this fight. You mentioned that the one day like 7 fights once far. This feels like here you go. Here you go. Vince Michelle again. And it could be careful with the situation, but I'm favored now. I'm not putting parlays. I'm not trusting this guy at this point. I mean, I know that the UFC fight whatever was. I'm not going to give it one of these like big favorite parlays. I'm leaving him out. You maybe change something like this, something like that. Yeah, this is as well. So he's my pick. I don't trust him, especially because he's that speed. Seems like I'm trying to get him.
So I actually do have him in a 2-fight. What I like to do is, I got my better odds than this. What I like to do though is if there's 2 people I don't fully trust, I parlay them. I'm not going to do a parlay of 3 super confident people that are fourth leg somebody I don't trust. That never makes sense to me. I would never understand when somebody sends me a ticket halfway through a card, and it's like it's long as shit. It's already 8 fighters, way too long. And then like 6 of them hit, and the next one is under. Like people were sharing Jacob's tickets with Dana Norman. Dana Norman won. Congratulations, great. Why the hell would you go plus whatever the hell in a long tail parlay? So I took Ishmael Bonfim and parlay with somebody else I don't 100% trust. But I wouldn't do anything more than this. These odds are moving. Ishmael Bonfim, $9,300 in DraftKings. There are some big favorites on this card, and I think there's better value on this card. It's tricky because he's dangerous to finish, so this is how we talk about. So probably gonna Ishmael Bonfim at that $9,300. What do you think, Jacob?
No, I literally like Brian. I had an Instagram notification, and I don't think this guy was really fucking Brian. He said some brother was diagnosed with cancer last November, and I was pretty depressed. Obviously, you and Angela helped me get through my chemo. The smile on my face. After hard days, I always knew I had a good laugh on your streams, and when you guys posted, I'm now cancer free. Just wanted to say thank you for that, brother. For every bad day, just remember that inspiring people like me. Keep pushing and working, like you said. Don't give up.
Shit.
That's from Jackson.
That's incredible, Paxton, obviously. Paxton, email us at info@1pixar.com. We appreciate that. And email us and show our appreciation. to do it. If we're gonna say Max, something, money's got to come in. Genuinely, Max, HL, info at WeWantPicks.com. Thank you. We appreciate you. If you would like to become a premium member, go to WeWantPicks.com, click become a member. It's only $10 a month. You're gonna get everything you're gonna want or need heading into 4 fight weeks a month for event this season.
Hey MVPs, Rico Knows here. Going to talk to you guys about the next fight on the prelim card. Ishmael Bonfim versus Vince from Hell Pichel. That's his nickname, by the way. I'm not giving it to him. It's right up here. You guys see it, from Hell Pichel. Okay? Now listen. When you look at this fight, the odds are immense. They're enormous. They're minus 550 for Ishmael, which is really disrespectful to Vince. Now, Vince is 41 years old. He's fighting a 28-year-old fighter. He should not be in this fight. And I agree. I think Ishmael's going to win the fight, okay? Let's just put that out there right now. But the odds are huge. I don't know what it is. Like, it's Brazilians, bro. They're going to go all day on this. You have to take it. For the sake of picking fights, I'm taking Ishmael Bonfim. And I'm going to tell you it's a lock. But I'm going to tell you... I don't know if I'm going to parlay it. Okay? I don't know if I'm going to parlay it. We'll see. But remember, I had locks last week I didn't parlay. Do you guys remember that? If you don't pay attention, read the fine print. Miguel Figlak, not on any of the parlays over here. He was a lock, but I didn't parlay him. James Yontop, another lock, didn't parlay him. And there's a reason some locks are more confident than others. And I also make guys locks just based on odds. Like, sometimes you just have to say it's the way it's going to be. Because if I go against it, or if I pick it and tell you don't parlay, then we're doing this right here, right? Then we're doing what Denise is, which is making it a lean. I wouldn't say this is a lean. I think Ishmael's going to win. But Ishmael just lost to Benoit Saint-Denis. Benoit Saint-Denis is a monster of a guy, former Special Forces guy. We just saw him in a main event lose to the guy from Louisiana. What is wrong with me, bro? What is wrong with me? Dustin the Diamond Poirier. What is wrong? Oh, my goodness. All right, so we saw Ishmael lose to Dustin Poirier. We saw Benoit Saint-Denis lose to Dustin Poirier. And then Ishmael lost to Saint-Denis. Before that, dude, he just showed up on, one of these monsters. Now, he and his brother are supposedly really good fighters. They're on the regional scene. They're dominating. They get to the Contender Series. We go to decision. We win by TKO, and then we lose by submission in the first round. But you're fighting one of these... You know what? I don't even like this video, bro. Ugh, I need energy. Shout out to me. What up, MVPs? What up, YouTube? Let's try this again. Just fumbling on my words. I don't like it, man. Hey, MVPs. Rico Knows here. Going to talk to you guys about the next fight on the fight card. It's Ishmael Bonfim versus Vince, or Vic. I say it's Vince. From Hell Pichel. That's his nickname, From Hell. Nonetheless, they're fighting each other. Complete contrast. We got a young guy, a prospect, who's fought very few times in the UFC, and then we have a dude who's 41. Now, they were supposed to fight a couple of months ago. It got rescheduled. And as it keeps getting rescheduled, I don't know who keeps getting injured or who's sick or who's got food poisoning or what. But this fight is impossible to bet on right now. It's minus 550. You can't do a straight money line bet. Do I think Bonfim's going to win the fight? Yes. Do I think you should parlay it with a bunch of things? No. Okay, so if you go look at the card, and I'm telling you guys this, I have certain locks that you should not be parlaying. Okay, so let me show you. Last card. I had a lock in James Yontop and Michael Figlak. These two were locks, but you do not see them on the parlays because I knew these are not what you think they are. So you have to read the implied, conclusion here that if I don't put them in a parlay, I really don't believe in them. But the reason I make them locks is because of the odds. Sometimes the odds make you have to bet it. I know you guys are like, Rico, just get it right, bro. We'll do the rest. Just get it right. So with this particular case, we're talking about a guy in Ishmael Bonfim that he and his brother are supposed to be these next upcoming great fighters. And when they fought, and they're coming up in the regional scene, they look dominant. You get to the UFC, though, I've been very underwhelmed. We're talking about a decision victory. We're talking about a TKO, KO, and then losing by submission. Now, he fought a damn buzzsaw. Are you kidding me? He fought Benoit Saint Denis. He was just in the main event against Dustin the Diamond Poirier. It's a different story. Okay? You're not fighting Dustin the Diamond Poirier. You're not a scrub because you lost to Benoit Saint Denis. You're not. So he's a good fighter, and I understand the minus 550. But this dude right here from El Pichel, he's annoying. He's an old dude. He's 41. I'm the same age. He should not be fighting. But watch him, dude. He'll just make fights go. He's been fighting since 2012. He will make fights go the distance all the time. You see this? Decision everywhere. Decisions everywhere. He'll drag it out. He just beat Jim Miller. I say just. It was fucking 2020, 4 years ago. But it was 3 fights ago for him. He's not very active, coming off of a 2-year layoff. He's a fish. It's in Brazil. They want him to lose. He's going to lose. But there's a way to make your money. There's a way to make your money, and it's over here. If you think it's going the distance, you can get plus 160 money on saying Bonfim by points. That's one way. Now, can Bonfim come out here and knock him out and put the old man out? Yes, he can. If you want to go bet on that, it's right there. It's plus 175. You can do points and knockout. It's called double chance. It's down here. TKO and points, and it's a minus 260. That's a little better than the minus 530, but you can't parlay that with anything. So you can do that minus 260 and bet 40 bucks on it, and you'll be fine. Bet 100, whatever. You don't have to bet on every single fight. What I would say is it going to go the distance? Is at plus 106 money. This guy drags fights out. He hasn't fought in 2 years, but when he gets in there, he drags fights out. Okay? The Vince from Hell Pichel hasn't been stopped early, and even when he got submitted, second round. Second round. He's not going to knock anybody out. He's not going to win. Last time he lost was 2012, 2018, and that's getting stopped early. It always goes the distance with this man. He just drags it out. So I would bet the over on rounds instead, right? What's the over on this? It's 2.5, and it's at minus 120. I just bet that straight up. I would put 100 bucks on that and just hope for the best. I think that Vince from Hell Pichel can be annoying, drag it out, and then this Bonfim, you know, he's going to go out there and try to impress people. He's trying to avenge his only loss. He's trying to show people he's still a knockout champ. He's dangerous. But when I tell you, I'm watching his wins on the regional scene go to decision against lesser fighters. He's going to decision a fair amount on the regional scene. So as dominant as you think he is, who's he going to decision with? Because these aren't guys that have been fighting in the UFC since 2012. These are guys that have never seen the light of day, okay, in the UFC. And you go, look, 0-1. How the hell does a perennial power, prospect that everybody's talking about, go beat a guy 0-1 and go to the distance with him? 0-1. Now that's an impressive one. You take a guy that's 10-2. That's pretty good. Okay. 0-3. 0-3. We're talking about guys who are 0-1, 0-3, 0-3. 3 opponents with a combined record of 0-7 in their life. You took 45 minutes to beat them. That's nuts, bro. He's not as dangerous as they make him out to be. I think he'll win the fight. I think it'll go the distance. Careful. Do what you do. I don't know about parlaying everything with this man. He won't be in all my lock parlays. I'm pretty sure he might be in like one of those where I put a bunch of fighters in there. But you guys know the deal. I like 2 or 3 legs, tops. No Diddy. All right? Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. Sweet baby Jesus. Baby Jesus. Baby Jesus. Get that music going again. Let's go to the page. Ooh, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got here? What do we got here? It's the first. Oh, we got 3 people canceled. 3 people canceled MVP. What are they doing? The cricket sounds talk about Coach Prime. That'll get you jacked up, I bet you. Aaron Bourne. What do you mean, bro? What do you mean? I'm working, bro. I don't give a shit how many people watch me. I lost 0 MVPs based off of Coach Prime slander. Based off of a take I said about Coach Prime. I lost 0 MVPs. You worried about views, bro? I ain't worried about views. I'm worried about getting shit right. You don't understand. Ain't not a person worried about views. Views mean nothing. Memberships. MVP memberships matter. You guys are infantile in your thought process. That's 2 down. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 to go. 2 down, 11 to go. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's get it. Let's get it. It's crickets in here, man. Rico don't got nobody watching him. Dumb. Hey, MVPs. Rico Knows here. Going to talk to you guys about the next fight on the fight card. It's Ishmael Bonfim versus Vince, or Vic. I say it's Vince. From Hell, Pichelle. That's his nickname, From Hell. Nonetheless, they're fighting each other. Complete contrast. We got a young guy, a prospect, who's fought very few times in the UFC, and then we have a dude who's 41. Now, they were supposed to fight a couple of months ago, got rescheduled, and as it keeps getting rescheduled, I don't know who keeps getting injured, or who's sick, or who's got food poisoning, or what. But this fight...
YouTube and the YouTube Music app all together. Uninterrupted videos and an app made just for you. YouTube Premium. One subscription, 2 apps. Try 1 month free.
And I missed him. I am behind, mainly because of dedication that I have.
Ernesta Kadetsketa is just the second to compete here. There is another Lithuanian in the UFC right now. That is Yulia Stoliarenko with more on Ernesta.
She's a striker, very strong base striking, kickboxing, and expect from her fast hands, very strong action punches, very accurate. This is what you're gonna see here.
Into her MMA, and you see that she's got not only MMA record, she's got kickboxing match. She's coming off a big win in a kickboxing match recently in March. He's gonna
all for a female flyweight.
Athletic background. Oh, she played a couple of years. Left.
I'm gonna be honest, experience the minute that you watch this woman strike, it's surprising how put together she is. I mean, I think her athletic background, lifelong softball playing, to be honest.
Are getting her at a slight discount, I believe, because even though we're giving up some reach advantage here, the bottom line is this fight's heavily favored to go to distance, and I just don't see enough volume from the Gotaskita side. Put me on Judice. I'm going to lay the small price, a bigger price now.
Ariane, thank you very much. Crispy Carly Judice looking to improve to 4-0 as we take a look at the tail of the tape. One year in this one, Jake. We are underway. Judice in the red, Kake Skate in the blue.
This is smart by Carrot Skate because the kicks of Judice are one of her biggest weapons, and she's shutting down that range.
Yeah, you're right. This is a great approach. Karatsketa, get in there, get in her face, especially with a bit more experience. Make her come back. Judice, not afraid to mix it up.
No, she's not. I will say the one fight I saw Judice have a little bit of hard time though was when she faced another fighter who was about her same height. You know, that height is an advantage that she typically has, but not in this particular matchup. Carrot Skate, the taller fighter.
These two are going to get after it. Oh, nice left hand there from Judice.
They're not wasting any time.
This is the most aggressive I've ever seen Carrot Skate in the film that I watch. I mean, this is impressive, but Judice fired back. Right now, she's got her pushed up against the side of the octagon, and the one thing you and I talked about is she seems like the more physical.
At this level,
boxing background for Kenneth.
How do you want?
Just a second ago.
Here those making.
Competitive swimmer.
And I do feel when Judice lands maybe a little more behind.
Yeah. But the
last round, so you know.
Regard most of Judice did a lot of damage her fight. It's hard to call it because they were
Strikes landed by Kenneth Skate, as I mentioned, the medal.
Ford scores about 29-28. Jodeci. Judge Camijo scores about 29-28 for the winner by split decision, Ernesto Kenneth.
Yes! Yes!
Ernesto Kenneth becomes the second Lithuanian on the Contender Series, and she leaves this one a winner. Came into this one as a slight underdog, and it was an absolute show. 5 years old as she walks back to talk to Lorisenko. Dana giving name I heard coming out as the victor in this one, but well earned by Ernesto Kenneth, just 25 years old from Lithuania.
kick there from Carrot Skate, and again the
2:15 to go. They know exactly what's on the line.
Let's get some ice packs ready.
Yeah, it feels like Carrot Skate is able to push forward just a little bit more right now. Might be just a slightly fresher fighter, but Judice just, I mean, any moment now you feel like she could land something big.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I do feel when Judice lands maybe a little more behind.
Yeah. But the frequency is coming from the side of Carrot Skate.
Especially this third round, you're right. She has picked up the volume and the pressure. And, you know, we saw Judice look up at the clock in the last round, so you know she's got to be feeling it here in the third. But that's not deterring her. She's moving forward, still landing shots.
This is completely new territory for
These are crazy odds. I think these are crazy odds. Man, these odds are weird, bro. Let me go back and watch this again.
And decorated on the mats, judo Olympian in her native Brazil. And what an opportunity getting the call late last week to fill in and take on Ray Guerrero tonight.
Yeah, probably a black belt on the feet as well from what I've seen with her. As I said on the intro of the show, trains at King's MMA with Rafael Cordero and Matt Ruiz and Nolan well.
The other side is Michael and
Congratulations to her. I mean, it really.
Oh, I don't like this at all. Damn, Barbosa. What are we doing?
Her. I mean, it really is. She turned that hobby. And what I've known skill-wise, but mentally, I think she might be better.
And wait, reach is where Barbosa has an inch edge. The blue.
Nice job there from Barbosa.
Barbosa charges forward and lands. Well, last Thursday was Tioni Barbosa. She spent some time on the mats with Chris Cyborg, and I think that prepares her well for this opportunity. Back-to-back victories leads her to tonight.
You know, the thing I like about the Contender Series, every time we see these ladies or these males, they just get better and better. When I did my homework, I watched the tape. These both extremely improved from what I've seen. Passes the side control, takes the back.
Aggressive she was.
Textbook, so Guerrera, got to be very careful here. Guerrera's going to put more relentless.
Frantic.
You know, for Barbosa. The only thing that you see it, paying there, using the life experience.
Dominant position.
She gets a little separate end from Barbosa. That's what she used the first time.
On some offense. Wow, dangerous. Oh, and the pearl tap comes. Round one submission for Tioni Barbosa. Wow, dangerous from the bottom. And notches her third win.
Fuck. Oh, well, you better go take care of your mother in the hospital. Mothers are meant to die, bro. I can't save your mom. That's nature. Moms are meant to pass. Hey MVPs, Rico Knows here. I know you guys are anti some of these women fights. I know it. It's the prelims. They're inconsistent. We don't know who they are, so you don't bet them. But let's talk about it. Deone Barbosa, she's a minus 240 favorite, Brazilian, against Ernesta Karasake. She's a Lithuanian fighter, and she's an underdog plus 195. So when I first see this, knee-jerk reaction is like, bro, these odds are way wrong. They don't know what they're talking about. What are we doing? But let's talk about it. So first, Deone Barbosa, she took her UFC debut, the Contender Series. She took that fight on short notice. And she showed up like on 4 days' notice, and she beat the hell out of Rain Guerrero. And if you don't know Rain Guerrero, I don't blame you. She looks like a soccer mom who decided to take up MMA. This Guerrero chick doesn't know how to fight at all. I don't care if she was 5-1 showing up. She started taking up MMA a couple years ago because she got shot by a home invasion. She got shot and gained a bunch of weight because she couldn't walk and all this shit. She's a workout warrior. I don't know. She don't know how to fight, bro. She can't scrap. And she went out there and got pieced up and handled by Deone. Now, Barbosa actually had no business trying to strike. At some point, she lands on her butt. She tries to stand up right away. And she didn't pull guard like a jiu-jitsu nerd, but she's a jiu-jitsu nerd. Like, she's a monster on the ground. Eventually taps you out in the first round with an arm bar, and it looked good, man. She just knows what she's doing, but she didn't know how to get back up for a little bit. That scares me. But it shouldn't scare us in this fight at all. Ernesta here, she won her debut on the Contender Series. She's a heavy-handed, that's her nickname, heavy-handed. She's a kickboxer from Lithuania. I'm going to tell you that Ernesta threw 440 strikes in her last fight. Landed 208 of them. Yes, she bruised up Carly Judas's face. So initially, I remembered this fight, and I said, oh my God, you got a girl who can go out there and throw 200-something strikes. And I'm like, man, she's a monster. She just goes out there and touches everybody up. But it's because it was a fight where you're fighting an opponent that really didn't have much for you. Like, nobody was really dangerous. Even you land 200, you throw 400 punches, and you're not knocking the person out. We're still scrapping. 15 minutes later, it went the distance. Okay, and then you win by split decision. But this is important. She couldn't get up. Control time, 3:15. She couldn't get up, and her weakest point is her grappling. Now, if we go back to her only path to victory is going to be strikes. Her only path to victory is going to be boxing and striking. And can you keep this fight on your feet for the next 15 minutes or so? I don't think so. Deone Barbosa is a very good fighter. Yeah, she took that debut on 4 days notice. But look, man, these two losses down here are phenomenal. Yes, she lost to Nunes, got KO'd. Nunes is a little ball of muscle. She's in the UFC right now. So that's a loss to a UFC fighter. She lost to Jenna Bishop. Not a bad loss. That's a girl who fights in Bellator and PFL, the Professional Fighters League. So those are both very quality opponents. But the most impressive part about all this is that Karani Silva win right there. A unanimous decision over Karani Silva. If you don't know Karani Silva, then you just skipped our last fight card. Because we bet on Karani Silva to win right here on the main card. She beat Ariane Lipski. A muscle-bound monster taking down people and beating them. This girl beat her. That tells you the caliber of fighter she is. Barbosa is another level. Barbosa's a grappler, a jiu-jitsu person, and there's no way Ernesta Karasake, former swimmer, I'm going to tell you, her mom was an Olympic swimmer. She was trained to be a swimmer her whole life. You're going to be a fish out of water. You're going to be on the ground, on the mat, grappling, and get tapped out by submission. Either submission is coming or you just lose the fight entirely. Yes, she's very tall. She looks the part. She's game. She's in shape. She wants to scrap. But she's going up against a real fighter. I believe Barbosa wins this fight, and I don't think it's going to be competitive because I don't think that Ernesta here has the ability to grapple. I'm looking at all these fights. You fought in some hexagon MMA against a bunch of people I don't know. You fought the same girl twice. You had a draw against her and then a split decision against her. That's your big claim to fame. You only got 5 wins. They're all right here. We can see this. You barely could handle this blot chick while Barbosa's fighting girls who are in the MMA, who are in the UFC. Barbosa's next up, bro. She's that girl. So give me the lock. It'll be on parlays and stuff. I know it's girls. I know it's women's MMA, and you guys don't believe in it, don't want to bet in it. You can avoid it, but it's minus 250. You got to parlay it with something. There's Bonfim to parlay with. If you do that parlay, what's that payout? Let's look at that, and we'll talk. So give me a second here. If we go up in here and we do the Bonfim with Barbosa, you're looking at minus 151. That's a pretty respectable money on two huge favorites. You can win half your money back. Okay? Two huge favorites. That's respectable 2 legs. Don't do anything too crazy. Don't be parlaying it up here. Just keep it simple. I like Barbosa to win this fight. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. Your friends don't know, but I know. I know what I'm doing, because I'm about to ruin. I didn't listen to what other people had to say about it. 1 second. I bet they're saying the same thing I just said. Let's see what they say.
This isn't an Apex main event. We have Diona Barbosa taking on Kake. Diona Barbosa is 6-2 overall, 3-2 in her last fight. She is riding a 3-fight win streak into her UFC debut. She's taking on Ernesta. Ernesta is 4-0-1 in her last fight. She's coming off her 3rd split decision win in a row, and she only has 5 fights in the entirety of her career. Diona Barbosa is a solid striker. She will throw tight strikes. She'll look to get to the ground she can, and that's because she is a judo practitioner. She is a judo. So instead of shooting shots, she will tie you up and then clinch you, trip you, kick off you to the ground. The striking is not great, but it's fast enough to set up those clinches. And she's coming off a short notice win on the contender series. She's taking on Ernesta. I'm not even last name because they're not going to go.
I saw something. Hold on a second, because I saw something when I clicked on your quick video, which was a mistake, by the way. I watched. I mean, said
I saw it on
Discord or something, or Twitter or something.
It was a comment on the YouTube.
And it was like, Jacob, you watch Angela's video before you made your video. It's not funny. Why would I sit there? This is rough enough sitting here for 6 minutes at a time listening to blab. I'm not gonna go for an hour. But I did see. I actually clicked there. I saw put like a bunch of comments talking about carrot cake.
That's the first thing. I immediately was like, oh my god.
I saw comments about carrot cake. I was like, I'm not surprised. I don't wait. It's no surprise Angela's bringing up cake in the world.
I didn't surprise myself, frankly, because I tried to make some light change. Doesn't that look like it could be carrot cake? Because you go carrot cake.
Well, that's what you just say carrot cake. I saw those comments. That's before I filmed my video. And literally, as I'm filming my video, I get to this fight, I see it, and I was like, oh, that looks like carrot cake.
Yeah, see?
Anyway, let's do this one.
Yeah, come on, guys. Buckle up. Anyway, we got Ernesta Carrot Cake, and she's a solid striker. She's got good footwork, fast hands, solid head movement. She throws bunches of combinations. And instead of 1 or 2 at a time, she'll dance around, she'll throw combos, she'll stay on the outside, and she'll work her ways to win with those combinations at distance. She does not have a ton of power. So typically, she's going to need to fight for 15 minutes to squeeze out these very close wins. She's long, she uses that leg well for striking, but not as well for the grappling. She doesn't defend takedowns very well, she doesn't work out very well, she is taken down. She too is coming off a contender series win. My warning to you is do not bet on this fight. There's no value on this fight. Don't bet on this fight. Ernesta is going to be the better striker. Diona Barbosa can take this to the ground, and she probably will. And that's just how simple this fight is. We've seen Ernesta not be able to get her. We've seen it. We've also seen Ernesta win fights by playing a perfect pitter-patter game on the outside. They end up being close fights, but she wins those fights. Diona Barbosa should win. She should be able to close the distance, rip Ernesta to the ground, and then just hold it. But it's not worth betting on this fight. The round line over is probably very solid. Keep going. What are your thoughts on this? I picked Diona, if that was clear.
Yeah, the round line, to me, this fight, I think someone is getting slow. One way or the other. I am going to go Ernesta. Because from what I remember, I believe that she was kind of a big dog in that contender series fight. And I was live for that. Sometimes when there's some offensive stuff at the contender series, I was live on, by the way. I was live for that, and I don't know anything about these fights. I listen to the chat, and they tell me what's going on. They're like, oh my god, this girl's going to smoke this girl Ernesta. She's the better striker, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like watching this fight. The fight starts, and Ernesta from the bell. Just straight forward, just going volume. Angela said, not a big power puncher, but just pop, 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 pop. For the entire fight, she really just dogged out that fight with just pure volume. Through like, I don't know what the fucking stats were, 300, 400, whatever it was. It was insane, the volume that they were striking at. Not only that, but I think she showed some decent takedowns. It wasn't really a grappling wrestler that she was facing. She showed her height can be an issue. Because a lot of times, especially on great takedowns, when you're up against someone that gets the bench, you're trying to get a single, and you're trying to elevate them and do all this stuff, and they're tall with long legs, and it's very hard to do. Not only that, but Diani is a girl that when I watch her, to me, is a jiu-jitsu nerd, right? She's got some decent striking.
They stole my lines.
Her takedowns a lot of times are those body lock takedowns, or she goes for that fucking headlock takedown. And good luck getting a headlock takedown against Ernesta, who's going to be very tall, very strong, and uses her range decently. So what I believe is, either Diana is going to get that takedown, and if she does, she's going to maul this girl. Diana's very good at her. She's jiu-jitsu, very good. I think she can find a finish. Or she's going to fail at takedowns and get completely overwhelmed with the striking. So I think fight does like this. It's actually a sneaky play. I think somebody gets smoked here, and I think that could. I mean, Ernesta, I think she comes with volume, defends the lackluster takedowns, and Diana's not going to take that. She's not winning this fight.
I agree. She 100% needs takedowns to win. I wouldn't call them lackluster because Ernesta's takedown defense is not great. And when she does get taken down, she just lays it. It's very hard to get up. People are pointing out that Dione beat Karine Silva. That was all the way back in 2019. That was 5 years ago, and it was Karine Silva's second fight ever. I don't put too much credence into that. It's just so long ago. They've evolved so much. I don't necessarily think that matters. Because then her very next fight, she lost to Josiah Nunes. So it's like, all right, that's a solid win. And that is a very quality loss. But my point is, until they have those wins in the octagon, or unless they're more recent than 5 years ago, to me, it's not a huge factor. I imagine that was very early in her career. Well, it was very early in her career, but I imagine that was before she was comfortable grappling. She just couldn't handle the judo pressure. So I'm on Dione. Jacob's on Ernesta. We are split here.
Okay.
Nobody.
And I think there was some value. I have some questions this week because my pick and my bet. I do have a bet on Diani because I think there was some crazy value there. So my pick is Ernesta, but if this fight goes for Diani, I think she can win it.
There you go. Yeah, I do think $8,900 in DraftKings.
You guys are talking crazy, bro.
I think it's a lot of takedowns, a lot of control, and I think that ends up being somewhat problematic for Ernesta. And as we all know, that scores really well in DraftKings. Takedowns, eyebrows, the skin tone, the freckles, the hair.
These guys don't know what they're talking about, bro. They literally don't know Dione like that. I like Dione like that. That's why I'm Rico Knows, and they're just casuals. And they're just casuals. else. Inside. Hurry up, Hans. Come on. Sorry, y'all. The dog went outside and didn't want to come back inside. All right, y'all. Catch you guys later.